creators of Relevant Magazine, this is the Relevant Podcast.
It's Tuesday, July 2nd, 2019, and this is a very special edition of the Relevant Podcast. I'm your host, Cameron Strang, and here with me in our Orlando studios on the ones and twos, our illustrious engineer, my brother, Chandler Strang.
Hello.
On the Skype line from Loverland, Virginia, Jesse Carey.
Hello, hello.
From Gatorland, Florida, Eddie Big Cat Koffoltz.
July. I mean, that's so exciting.
The sweatiest month of the year. And
Just terrible.
from Nashville, Tennessee, podcaster, speaker, author, cowgirl extraordinaire, Annie F. Downs.
Good morning, gents. But Cameron, I'm not in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm in the backwoods of Georgia at a summer camp.
Why are you at summer camp?
Yeah, do tell.
Delayed
speaker.
adolescence? Oh, I
Yeah,
see.
I'm speaking
Oh.
every night.
So it wasn't like me and Jesse going to space camp.
No.
It's not like an adult summer camp.
Annie,
No,
what
I'm getting
is-
my preach on.
so are these like teenagers who
Yes.
who attend? Okay.
Yeah, 6th grade to 12th grade, but then there's a bunch of college students and a bunch of adults to run the thing.
They mix 6th through 12th?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, it's the whole. All of them do.
What?
All the
That's a
church,
lot to
all
talk to all
church
those kids.
Youth camps have middle school and high school together that I've ever done.
No, well,
So-
I always went to middle school camp or high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Wow.
yeah, no.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Because you could, the pastor of the high school camp could turn the chair around and get real.
Yeah.
In
Oh my
a way
gosh,
that the
turn
middle
the
school
heat up.
kids
We're going to talk
couldn't handle.
about crushes. We're going to talk about holding hands.
Oh, well,
and
that's what I
stuff.
was going to say. Annie, can I guess your sermon title?
Smoking drugs.
Yeah, of course you
Here's
can.
this: hand-holding and side hogs, a slippery slope, straight into hell. All right,
Yeah.
welcome
Yeah.
everyone. Welcome.
Right.
We're going to
that
jump
was
right
my
in here. We're going to jump right in.
That was my favorite night when the camp speaker, to Cameron, to your point, would sit down and have the real talk and be like, you guys, when I was your age, I was just smoking so much crack. Like, it was like tons and tons of crack. And you
Let
know
me
what,
tell you
guys?
what I was really like.
And then I would always hear them. They're like, I hit rock bottom. I was partying every night. I had so many friends. It was just like so much fun. And I was like, hey, this sounds amazing.
Listen, I want to tell everyone what happened when I went to
I wanna
this
hit rock
youth camp,
bottom.
and I was the bad boy, the rebel, who didn't need to sit, and I could sleep through the sermons. I want to tell you a
for
story
sure
about
you
that
did.
kid. My shenanigans, they went on early in the week, a harmless prank, a harmless thing here, there. By the end of the week, meth. We were all doing meth. That's what's at stake here, Annie. That's got to be the go-to. You got to strike fear in their hearts right away.
Hey.
Everything is a slippery slope right to meth. That's what they need. That's what the children need to know.
Well,
Annie.
if she is in North Georgia, everything is a slippery slope right to meth.
Oh boy.
A very clay-covered, slippery slope to meth. So, Annie, now that you know what we've heard, what are you going to be talking about at youth camp?
Yeah,
Pretty much the
all
same
that
stuff?
for sure. Yeah, that's definitely what I want to do. No,
A lot of crack
not at all.
days.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm not even going to justify with an answer.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
just
not
going to
even. Yeah,
interrupt.
no, I'm not. I can't play along with this because I'm so against everything that we heard as teenagers at youth camp.
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally.
I'm so with y'all.
I have so many memories of youth camp speakers that were just big buzzkills. Like I was having the time of my life all week, and then they hit you with the most fire and brimstone sermons. For some reason, they save for the best nights of camp. Like I had a great day today. I canoed. I played air hockey. I had a water balloon fight. This is great.
Yeah.
Now you're telling me.
I know they're setting up a big bonfire outside. I saw the people driving in the carts with the wood. I know there's going to be a big special thing later on tonight. And so here's what I got to hear.
The only thing that could possibly ruin this day is by you suggesting that I might not actually get to go to heaven when I die.
Oh,
That you're
right.
you're sowing fear into my heart. This is the biggest buzzkill ever. I'm not going to enjoy the bonfire. I'm going to be thinking about fire. I'm going to be thinking about my eternity. Thanks a lot for ruining a great day,
Oh,
counselors.
my gosh.
I've always thought, and tell me, this maybe exists already, that there's like a real business out there for having adult summer camps, but not like with a wine hour and stuff like that. Just like a totally unironic, awesome adult. You just go back to camp. You lights out at 9:00, orange juice for dinner, all of that kind of stuff. Like that would be amazing. Wouldn't you love to go back to camp?
Orange
Yeah,
juice
I'm
or
having
orange
a great
drink?
time.
It's not orange juice. It's that orange looking.
Yeah, orange drink, like high
liquid.
C. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's just like a totally junky summer camp. But
Yeah.
you would disconnect so hard. I would love it.
Archery. I would love to do archery just for fun.
Yes.
I just
Archery
want
is the best.
30 minutes with archery practice and it not matter at all.
Here was my rule, though. When I went to camp, I'm not doing anything that requires a half-hour safety demonstration. That rules out archery. That rules out the rock wall. Certainly horseback riding. I'm not wasting any precious camp time going through safety demonstrations. If it requires that, I'm just going to do something else. That's my rule. You know,
Jesse as a teenager is if I think of everyone I've ever known, that's the person I wish I would have known the most in my life. Is Jesse as a teenager.
I will tell you with fair certainty, though, that Jesse as a teenager is just still like right now.
Yeah,
it's just the same thing.
But
It's
less
just
responsible. He's like responsible now.
he's got to figure out more to do some things.
So let me get this straight, counselor.
Yeah.
I can't just shoot the arrow straight up in the air and see if I can get it to disappear out of sight. This is lame. I'm out of here. If I can't put
that
an
sentence,
apple,
I don't even think that stuff.
listen, if I can't put an apple on top of somebody's head and get
Especially
one
that
shot,
dork. Yeah.
one shot, then why am I even doing this? What is the point of archery? Exactly.
Shooting it into the sky until I can no longer see it. I just
That's the dream of what you want to do with a bow and arrow, or just running around the woods with it, ready to be shot. And just when you see something moving, you shoot it. Like, that's what I want to do.
So here's the thing, counselor. I was kind of hoping to do like a Legolas type of thing where I'll be riding backwards on a horse, shooting arrows at something. Where is that range set up at? Because I don't see the horse. The horses seem to be over there when we need them right here by the bows and arrows. So you just let me know when that's working.
We have a great show in store for you today. We are going to celebrate freedom, including freedom of thought. Coming up later, comedian Pete Holmes joins us. He has a new book called Comedy, Sex, God, and we talked to him about that. Jesse talked to him, and it's a fascinating conversation. So stay tuned for that. Pete Holmes is coming up, and then we also are bringing back our annual tradition coming up at the end of the show, our game, Indie Rock Band or Firework, where we challenge you to Jesse comes up with a whole list of names, and you have to determine, is it an indie rock band or the name of an actual firework?
And I got to just say, you go, Jesse.
I was going to say, I've been doing this game for like 10 years. This is the hardest year ever. I went through them again this morning. This is the hardest one ever.
Jesse, how do you go find the firework names? Do you go online, or do you actually do local research at your local TNT stand?
Yeah, I know. The fireworks are illegal by me. So it's like an hour drive into North Carolina to even be able to browse. Wow. So I have if people want to know, if they want to know the secret sauce, I guess I can say, and this is the way people confirm I'm not making these up. I go to the Phantom Fireworks website. Perfect. They update their supply every year, and they always have the best names. Those guys on the bleeding edge of firework technology and naming conventions, and they've been my go-to for a few years now for the best fireworks. Phantom Fireworks. That's where I get them.
I will also say I am typically masterful at this game, and have played really flawlessly the last couple of years. I'm not saying I should take a break this year because I'm so good and hand the reins and see if someone else could do as good as I could. But I'm saying it's almost not worth me playing at this point. Yeah. I mean, and you know how arrogant I am. So for me to say that takes almost nothing.
Yeah.
In Florida, all fireworks are illegal except for sparklers. But everywhere you look, on every corner is a fireworks stand selling the whole range, the mortars, the ones that go up in the sky, but it's all illegal. You have to sign something. So in the technicality of the Florida law is that everything's illegal if it leaves the ground or explodes. Exceptions are those who get a permit from the local government, for city fireworks, for illuminating railroads, like flares, or are buying them for agricultural use to frighten away birds from crops. So when you go to the TNT fireworks stand, as you check out, you have to sign a piece of paper saying that you're using them for agricultural use to frighten away birds from crops. And then
welcome to Florida.
Or you do what I do, is I wear a train conductor outfit. And I don't ask any questions. So I go, well, this guy, obviously. Obviously, this guy's just lighting up the track tonight. He's all good. Give him what he needs.
because we have a lot of bird issues at night, specifically around July 4th. So,
and can I just say, illuminating a train track with fireworks is an awesome idea. Trains are already pretty cool. Trains are already pretty cool. You can jump on the back of them
trains
and
are so
be like
cool.
a,
We downplay how cool
vagrant.
trains are in 2019. They're
the
very
best.
cool.
Like you can live in a boxcar in the woods with all your brothers and sisters after your parents mysteriously die. There's so many boxcar children, Annie.
Right. I'm with you. I just
my
thought, what a
goodness.
deep pool. Well done.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm saying everything about trains is cool, except you know what trains are missing? Fireworks. Florida's figured that out. Like, let's just have a locomotive blasting through the countryside, and for no real reason, the track doesn't even need to light up. There's no one steering it.
Oh, no.
Why do you need
Yeah.
lights on a railroad track? Like
Wait, there is someone
it's on a
steering,
track.
right? There's a conductor.
Well, they're
I
not
don't think he's
steering. They're just
steering.
making it. They're just pushing go and stop. I'm sure it's more complex than that, but there's
I don't
no
think
right or
there's a
left.
Yeah, I
steering
think
wheel.
there's got to be some tiny version of steering. I
think
recognize
so.
that the tracks are there.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No, because like you have to
the
like
internet's
move
going to make fun of me for this.
the
aren't they?
tracks. The tracks.
Well,
move,
or me
you know?
and Cameron. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it just stays on this
It's just-
track.
it goes on the track. It's a stop or go situation.
Jesse, I won't even get on a commuter train unless we're going over Roman candles half of the time. It just makes me feel like safer that there's fire underneath the car as I go over it. So
I know that this locomotive is fueled by literally tons and tons of very explosive coal. But
Yeah.
let's go ahead and shoot some bottle rockets off the side. We got to keep that track illuminated, guys. You know,
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
All right. Well, that's coming up later in the show. Moving the episode along. Stay tuned. Up next, it's Slices. You're listening to Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. At the beginning of the show, you heard Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen. Yes, folks, it's a special themed music episode celebrating freedom.
Freedom fries, freedom as a concept, freedom, just freedom, you know, just it ain't free. I'll tell you that, Cameron.
Okay, it is time for Slices. What do you have, Jesse?
All right, I have a slice. I'm only doing a one for today. We got a packed show. I'm going to keep this thing moving. But Annie, I have a feeling you and I would love this slice.
Oh.
Eddie and Cameron are going to hate it.
Oh,
okay?
good. Go.
100%.
This is a new initiative by a British seaside town that it wants to combat loneliness in the community. That's the whole initiative. All right. Too many lonely people in this community. We got to get people chatting. Got to give these lonely people an opportunity to talk to somebody. So they have put up in their town, and they're going to build more. But right now they have 2 happy to chat benches. Okay. A happy to chat bench. So it's a bench with a sign on it. It says, sit here if you don't mind someone stopping by to say hello. This is what one of the community support officers, which I guess is an elected position in the UK. The chat bench is a very simple concept where a sign is placed on a bench, typically in a park or a town center, in a location used by a good cross section of the community. The sign simply helps to break down the invisible social barriers that exist between strangers that find themselves sharing a common place. So you need to chat with somebody, having a rough day, or hey, maybe you got a good, some material you're workshopping, you need a captive audience, head down to the chat bench. Someone sees you sitting up there, they sit next to you and you talk. So it doesn't operate. There's nothing functionally different than a regular bench, except if you're sitting on a bench and some rando just sits next to you, it's probably going to be weird, especially if they start talking. Not the case on the chat bench.
No.
That's the whole reason it's there. Before I'm reading Eddie and Cameron's facial expressions, and also Annie's. Tell me how delighted you are about the chat bench.
It was just last year that the UK appointed a minister of loneliness to kind of help combat what they were feeling was becoming like a crisis.
I will say that's one of the indie rock bands on the list this year. Minister of
That's one of the
Loneliness.
fireworks too. That's
actually
what's going to make it
that's
hard.
That's my new Twitter bio.
So they have an elected.
And then his face
position.
says, like, I wasn't kidding. Very lonely. So I think it's awesome because I think it's a great step toward what the UK is already trying to do of making their people feel like they are more seen and loved and have someone to talk to. I love it.
I think it's a great. I love the idea.
I have fully blacklisted this city.
Why, Eddie? No one's forcing you to sit on the chat bench. Why are you against these? No one makes you sit
there. It just exists.
I know, but then there's like all the social pressure of like, oh, I'm walking by the chat bench just to get to the quiet bench. And then you're like, I should try to be a better person. And I was just trying to walk my dog in the park. And now I got to chit chat with this stranger and this whole thing.
No one's making you chit chat. If you don't sit on the chat bench, you don't have to chit chat. That's the whole thing. It restricts the camera. What are your
there's
thoughts
like all
on
the
chat?
worries about should I be sitting there or not? It's like when you're sitting down on the plane and you're like, oh gosh, I know this person wants to be chatty and now we're sitting next to each other.
Oh no, a human being who I have to show interest in basic communication. This is just the worst. Cameron, what's your feelings about chat bench?
It feels to me like if the moment at church where they're like, say hi to your neighbor lasted for 12 minutes. You know, like that would be horrible. And this bench would be horrible.
See, I like it. My favorite part of the service is to say hello to your neighbors. Like, turn around, talk to someone you don't know.
I can do like a quick, hey, and then I don't have to actually do anything. I can sit down and, it's great. But what if they held it for 12 minutes?
I think they need to extend it. There's no point right now because you say hi to the person and that's it. That doesn't mean anything. I might as well not say hi at all. I know nothing about them.
You want to extend it?
I don't know who they are.
What do you want the second question to be? You guys stand up here. I'll use my preacher voice. Hey, everybody. We're so glad you're here. If you wouldn't mind, just stand up and say hello to your neighbors. What's the other thing you want me to say there?
I would say, all right, today, and I pull out, I have a little hat and I have like topics. And I'm like, today, and when you shake their hand, tell them your best experience with summer camp and or meth. Go. We'll see you in 12 minutes. Get ready for the sermon.
We'll see you in 12 minutes.
So Jesse, you want like a conversation starter from the stage.
Yeah.
At church. You want them to have a little table topics card and lob an unexpected icebreaker out for them to greet your neighbor.
I've been to so many churches that do that, and it is a nightmare. Oh my gosh. So you'll be preaching and you'll get up there and the guy, the announcements guy's like up there doing his thing. And so service day. And he's like, hey, before, as the worship team comes back up, just take a couple minutes, say hey to the folks around you and let them know what your favorite 60s doo-wop band is or some stupid thing. And you're like, why do I have to do this? So now I'm just like looking at this person like, I don't know. Like it's the dumb. I like our church because like it's an Anglican church. So they basically tell you what to say and that's all you have to say.
That's
so
all
you're
you
like, peace be with you. Yeah. Okay. Great. Peace be with you. Move on. You don't have to like be like.
Seems like just like God intended human relationships.
And also with you, and you're done.
Yeah, and also high five. We're good.
Well, I think chat bench is a great idea. I would like to see chat benches, and I think chat benches need to be in a lot of cities. Annie, would you ever sit in the chat bench? I already know the answer for Eddie and Cameron.
Yeah, for sure I would. I don't know that I'd be the first one there, but if I was waiting on a train, as we discussed, if Mr. Topham Hat was coming through, I would sit on that bench and go like, that'd be fun if the person looked interesting. You know, like if Cohen was sitting there, Cameron, I'd sit down and talk to Cohen because I'd be like, that's hilarious. There's a kid waiting for me on the chat bench.
I will say this. There's a 90% chance that chat bench is going to be a magnet for weirdos and the very, very elderly. Like those are the two, like the elderly, because the only thing the elderly try to lure people in with Werther's candy from their pocket. Now they have a whole nother way to get people chatting, and that's chat bench,
but see what's going to happen. It's exactly right, Jesse. That's the fear. It's if it was like, is you sit down next to a normal person that you're like, okay, none of my spidey senses going off. And then they're just like, hey, have you ever really looked into where the money comes from and what's up with the Koch brothers? Like, have you ever actually thought about that?
This is the DC Talk Cruise. It's not necessarily that sitting on a bench and having a conversation is the issue. It's the people that are attracted to the chat bench are not the sort of people that I want to have a conversation with. You know what I mean?
Okay, but you're not stuck on a boat with them for a week. You're sitting on a bench until your train comes. It's 7 minutes maximum.
I don't know.
I'm
it's
out.
Too long.
Here, before we start talking about chemtrails, I'd like to offer you some warm pocket candy. Here you go. That heat you feel is from my thigh. And it's very good candy. It's been in my pocket all day. That's thigh heat you're feeling.
What is the name of this city again, Jesse?
This city,
Hellberg.
It's the seaside town, Burnham, England.
Not that
far from Helltown.
Burnham. Home of the chat bench. Yep. Home of the world famous chat bench.
Jesse's just sitting down. Hey, if I hey buddy, I have this bow and arrow. I'm going to shoot an arrow up into the air until it disappears. Let's see what happens.
Hey, listen, my butterscotch. I'm going to shoot it straight up in the air, and my friend's going to have an apple on his head just as protection. I would also like you.
Jesse, I just Googled this article, and it says that it is because of the Minister of Loneliness, that it's part of their loneliness initiative, because they say, this is crazy, prolonged social isolation can have the same risks as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Wow. Eddie,
So
would you rather
smoking
smoke
cigarettes,
15
guys.
cigarettes or sit and talk on a bench for 7 minutes?
If they're both going to have, see, now that's hard, because I was in my head, it was, would I rather smoke 15 cigarettes or not sit on the bench? Because if they're both going to kill me equally, I guess I'm smoking. I'm just
No.
While we're talking, I just had a great business idea too.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, this has nothing to do with the chat bench, but I was thinking about that warm pocket candy. What if there was like a little device that preheats hard butterscotch candy to the temperature of your grandparents' body heat, and that's what you eat. It's just like a little taste of home. You know, what do you guys
and it's
think
got
about
like a
that?
real soft wrapper, like your grandma's like soft, weird skin.
Oh my gosh. All right. What do you have, Annie?
Nothing that weird, luckily. You
Sorry,
guys,
Jesse.
I was reading an article about from the New York Times about this girl who had found all these words in the year they were first introduced. And actually what Merriam-Webster, and the article is really great. You can Google it and find it, but it's really great about, she went and thought, well, what happened this year and what happened in 1776 and what words were added to the dictionary in what years? Because we've talked about before that, you know, what words were added this year. And so if you go to Merriam-Webster's website, they have a place called the Time Traveler where you can go back and see based on what year, what words. So I was born in 1980. And so a couple of the words that were added in 1980, camo was added in 1980, which I think is very interesting.
Wow.
Air guitar was added to the dictionary the year I was born, which feels appropriate for today's game.
Yeah, they knew you were coming.
I knew I was coming. Foodie was added in 1980. So I wanted y'all to tell me
that
some
seems
years
early.
you wanted me to look up and we could see what kind of words were added. Like what year did Relevant start, Cameron?
2000.
2000. Okay. Let
Words
me look.
of the year.
Well,
These are words.
hey, look up the print. The print magazine debuted in 2003. 2001, we debuted Relevant Books. 2002 was
Here are
Relevant
some
Magazine.
words that were added to
2003.
the dictionary in 2003. Baby bump. That was not in the dictionary before 2003. Muffin top was not in the dictionary.
It was a big word. It was a big year for stomach words.
Manscaping was added in 2003.
Manscaping also.
Yes.
a
What
word.
a weird year.
Yeah, right.
Muffin
Binge
top and
watch,
Manscaped.
2003 is binge watch as well as unfriend.
Wait, Binge Watch was 2003.
Yeah.
That's like pre-YouTube, pre-Netflix. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
DVDs.
Yeah. Eddie, give me a year. Tell me a year. Like, when did you graduate? What year did y'all get married? Or give me a year.
I'm going to choose the year 1987.
Tell me why.
That was the year DC Talk was formed.
It
Okay.
was also the year Chandler was born.
Truth.
Oh, that's why. Here we go. Chandler
Really?
and DC Talk.
Yep.
Here are the words from your year. Beer goggles.
Classic Kevin Max.
Congratulations. GIF. GIF. It's the first year that was in, which
Really?
feels very early,
Yeah.
It does.
doesn't it? Tell me what this is. Yuppie flu. What is yuppie flu?
Never heard that.
Yeah.
I don't either, but it added to the steampunk became a word in 1987. Jesse, give me a year.
Yuppie flu is a derogatory term for chronic fatigue syndrome.
That's rude.
Oh.
So it's very rude.
That happened in 1987.
Wow.
That happened
Wow.
in 1987.
Let's. I want to hear 83. 83. A bit,
The year of your
one of
born?
the most important years
Yeah,
in
the year of
American
your birth.
culture.
I thought so.
Yeah, it's very big. Very big.
Bullet point was added in 1983. Bullet point.
the dumbest word.
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, cyberpunk was added. Flotus
Kinda cool.
was added in 1983.
Really?
There you go.
Oh,
It had never been a word. Liposuction added in 1983.
Wait, hold on. You're telling me liposuction came that far before Muffin Top?
Yes.
Seems like.
Seems like they'd have been hand in hand, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Ringtone was added in 1983.
Okay.
So anyway, I thought
can
that
we
was
go way
fun.
back and do one more?
Yeah, go. What do you
let's
want?
one more.
1967.
Hold
Okay,
on.
yeah, we
How-
should do some.
In 1983, there was only one ringtone.
Yeah.
but we needed
There was only
No,
one
it was
ring.
just a phone ringing.
Yeah, it was a phone ringing.
Yeah.
How? That's crazy.
Okay, 1987.
67.
Sorry, 67. Cochlear implant was
Oh.
added that year. El Cheapo was
Good one.
Who says that?
Flower Child was added. Mega City. Nurse practitioner wasn't a thing until then. Wait, and
Wow.
you can go all the way back. Hold on, let me show you. Let me tell you. You can go all the way back on, I mean, the 1800s, the 1700s. You can go as far, let's see, I'll pick a random one. 1792. I don't know why. But economics became a word in 1792. Icebox is pre-fridge, I guess.
Yeah.
Publicist. People needed publicists in 1792.
Wow.
That became a word. Snowplow.
Can you reverse look up?
I'm sure there's a way to, but in this particular time traveler part of Merriam-Webster.com, it is the year, and then it'll give you all the words added that year. It is so. I mean, I lost a lot of my life in the last the last week just playing on this and thinking of different years and what was added.
Yeah.
So,
That's pretty
there you
interesting.
go.
There you go.
There you
Give it
go.
up, you guys.
All right. What do you have, Eddie?
Well, Annie, first of all, good job bringing a slice that was interactive so we couldn't interrupt you. You just made us talk. So it's
Learning.
like telling kids, just go run around. I'll time you.
A year and a
already know
half
that.
later, I'm still learning.
I'll tell you.
2019 Hot Pocket candy. Hot Pocket candy. It's pocket. It's candy. It's been in your pocket, and it's the same temperature as your thighs, and you hand it to somebody. Everyone loves it.
So I was so proud of myself with this slice because I had this really feel good slice that wasn't a joke, and it had just a really sweet message. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to bring just a happy little story about life. So then in front matter, I destroyed it with all of my comments about not wanting to talk to strangers. However, I still think it's a really sweet story. So here I go.
Okay.
This is a story apparently only for Jesse and Annie, who are good people. Cameron and I would never like this.
Right.
So Alexa Bjornsson, I believe that's how you say her last name, put her son named Landon, 7-year-old boy, on a plane to see his dad in Oregon. And I don't remember where Landon came from, but obviously it's not Oregon. So have you ever flown alone? Have any of you flown alone when you were a little kid? Did you ever have to do that?
8th grade. I did it when I was in 8th grade. It's the first time I flew alone.
Yeah.
I was in
did it
elementary and I
fifth
flew to
grade.
Panama City.
Flew to Panama
Flew to Panama City from Orlando?
Yeah. It was like aunt and uncle were living there, and I was going to stay with them for like a month or something. And
Right.
they put me on
And
a plane.
so I don't know if planes still do this, but when I was a kid, they put like a little button on you that says like underage traveler or something, and the flight attendants would like really help out, and they would make sure that you were escorted from like the plane to an adult, and it was this whole service. So what's interesting about this is that this little boy, Landon, 7 years old, also has high functioning autism and was super nervous about flying alone. And so the mom did this really interesting thing. She sent him along with a note. So then she sent him a note and $10. And the note said that basically the son was supposed to give the note to whoever he is sitting next to. And the note said that Landon has high functioning autism and is very nervous about flying and is going to ask many, many times, are we there yet? And if it's possible, please accept this $10 as a thank you for essentially answering the question, are we there yet? And so, I mean, what a thing for her to do. And, it's just an interesting thing for a stranger to encounter this. So Landon sits down, gives the note to Ben Pedraza. And Ben, it was Las Vegas to Portland. So it's not like a super long flight, but it's probably, a good hour.
Probably an hour.
Las Vegas to...
that's a long flight. That's probably like three and a half, right?
2.5. It's Florida to New York. I mean, Las Vegas to Portland. That's 2.5 hours right there.
Either
okay.
way, either way.
Chandler, I'd like a definitive answer to this before this slice is over. However, so apparently she found out later that this guy Ben was not only answered the question, are we there yet, but spent the entirety of the flight playing paper, rock, scissors with this kid, hanging out, making sure he had like snacks and everything from the flight attendant, and basically being this kid's best friend. He then takes the $10 and donates it to an autism awareness organization. The mom, he ends up also walking Landon off the plane, making sure that Landon meets up with dad. And somebody, I think it was the dad, posts on Facebook like this just incredible gesture of humanity as you can imagine, 14,000 people liked it. By the next day, 34,000 people liked it. And it was just this really beautiful story of like what we can do when we decide to be kind and just sit down on the chat bench and not be a jerk and not be so cranky.
Really sweet
The
story.
irony of this slice coming from someone who's so against chat bench.
Okay, first of all, we all of us would gladly engage.
Yeah,
Not Chandler.
I would.
No, but I was saying, like, just because we don't want to talk to some random stranger doesn't mean that we wouldn't look out for a kid. I mean, come on.
Oh, and it would be a great trip. You know, you'd
That'd
have
be
a heck
great.
of a time with Landon.
Did you say Vegas to Oregon?
Portland,
Vegas to Portland.
2 hours and 15 minutes.
Boom.
Oh, there you go.
2.5 hours. What I said.
So I was pretty close, 1 hour. So as a funny PS to this story, that's just not supposed to ruin it. So as it went viral, apparently Ben, the really nice guy, is super duper hot. And I guess he looks like John Hamm. And so he had to make a public statement that was basically like, happily married. Thanks so much for all the attention.
I love it.
Which is just so funny. So there are good people out there. I am not one of them, but God bless Ben.
You're good people, and you're proving the value of Chat Bench. Chat Bench 2020. I don't even vote for a president. I'm just writing in Chat Bench. We get chat
gotta
benches
say-
everywhere. We solve a lot of problems in this country. People
Warm
talking
candy
again.
as well. Warm candy would have probably helped out a lot.
Chandler, we haven't heard your opinion on Chat Bench. Are you pro or anti? Break the tie for us here.
I would not be about it. Doesn't seem appealing to me.
It is my favorite part of having Chandler speak. Is it's a single sentence, right to the point. No sense that we're going to carry a moment here.
Clarity
on a
is
podcast.
kindness. Clarity is
Just-
kindness. That's what they say in dating. So thank you, Chandler, for just
Wait,
being clear.
They say clarity is kindness in dating. Is that what
Yeah,
you just
like
said?
that's a thing that like when people are teaching on dating or talking to Christians about dating, clarity is kindness.
Yeah.
No, I feel like that. I feel like what's kind in dating is hard to read manipulative mind games. Let the person, an emotional intellectual sparring. That's what needs to happen
And
in dating,
passiveness.
from what I understand.
Clarity is kindness. How does that apply to dating? Clarity. Like, what is that? I mean, that's a
It's-
thing that they teach about?
Like
Yeah,
communication.
like Ben Stewart just did doing a whole series at Passion DC about dating and about singleness and marriage.
Yeah.
And he talks a lot about clarity is kindness. Like you should ask clear questions when you're saying how you feel and say clearly how you feel. And the person should respond with clarity because no matter whether you're into it or not into it, it is really kind to be really clear about how you feel as best you can, as best you know. Eddie, help me.
Yeah. No, totally. It was like the most. I'm shocked at how.
How Cameron doesn't understand why clarity is kindness. I know.
All of a sudden,
Well, the
the
kindness
whole
part of it.
curtain has
I mean,
been
I'm-
torn in front of us. We understand the whole thing.
No, I'm not.
Well,
no.
so you're
I'm
not
just
leading
saying.
people on.
Yeah.
or-
I guess it's the
Yeah.
kindness part of it. It's like clarity being, something you should aspire to and stuff I get. But
Yeah.
like the clarity is
kind.
kindness, kind of pithy,
so-
like it's a known saying. Like I've just never heard that saying.
So, Eddie, real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wh-
Shocking
this
no one,
is,
Cameron.
this is an example of what that looks like. You are dropping the L bomb on me and
Yeah.
asking me if I love you too. You're okay. So hit me with it.
Man, we have been together for, 6 years. And I just feel like, I'm going back and forth on talking about this. And I just want you to know that I really love you.
I love the idea of you. Clarity is kindness.
I would love a
never seen
different
the two
version
of
of
y'all.
you.
Cheers to
Just like that. And that's how it's done.
That's how it's done.
Oh,
Clarity is kindness.
Chandler would just be like, yeah, I love you too.
Chandler
Right,
goes,
exactly.
Chandler's response is, to be honest, I'm not about that.
No, thanks.
I'm good.
Yeah. And then just let the silence sit there and linger. Yeah, I'm fine.
Annie, have you ever gotten an I love you that wasn't something you reciprocated?
No,
God,
I've not
God,
ever had
good
someone
question.
say, I love you. And my response be, I am sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
So no,
Yeah.
no.
So did the gentleman always lead out with the I love you, or did you initiate the I love you?
I have never initiated an I love you. To him. I certainly have to other people.
But the guy was confident at the I love you return when he put it out there.
Yes. Or he didn't care whether I would say it or not. It was what he felt. But yes, every time I feel like it hasn't been a lot of time, but a lot of times.
But that's a good thing about the clarity, right? It's
Yeah.
like not using
You know
I
where he's
love
coming
you
from.
as like a second round of dating. Like you're not saying it so it's reciprocated. You're saying clearly and kindly, this is how I feel about you, with no expectation of response. I just care about you in this way. And that's it. Because if it's used to be like, okay, let's test the waters. I'm saying this to you. Do you feel this about me? Well, then that's not actually clear. What that's actually is trying to pull from them their feelings that they haven't, they're not ready to share, or they'd be sharing it. So I'm being clear to you. This is how I feel.
And I'm not against a woman saying it before a man says it. And I'm not saying that next time I won't say it first. That just has not been how it has been in my life.
And I'll be real honest. It felt very normal saying it to Jesse. It felt strangely comfortable.
And my response, I should have rephrased it. I think I love the idea of you. That's, it wasn't clear.
I love a version of you that I hope someone can be someday.
Version of you. I love the version of you I've come up with in my mind. That I hope someday you can be healthy enough to be.
I really love the
I've said that, Cameron. I've for sure said that.
I love a different version of you that's really nothing like you in appearance, actions.
I love who you can become.
Clarity is kindness.
Clarity is kindness.
All right. That'll do it for Slices.
American woman, I said get away. American woman, listen what I say.
Start a new journey this year. At Mount Vernon Nazarene University, you can earn your degree one course at a time. NVNU graduate programs available include MBA, Masters of Ministry, and Education. And right now, all new Masters of Ministry students are eligible for a $5,000 scholarship. With 100% online options, changing your future has never been so easy. Apply now to enroll this fall. Visit mvnu.edu/relevant for more information.
American woman, stay away from me. American woman, mama, let me be.
You're listening to American Woman by Lenny Kravitz. This is a little USA-themed music episode today. Joining us for this segment is our very own Tyler Huckabee. Welcome, Tyler.
Hey, everybody. And I'm a little upset because I understand that you kicked off this episode with my man, Bruce Springsteen. The one time in relevant podcast history, we're going to get a Bruce Springsteen song, and I'm not around.
That was
to talk
an intentional
about
decision
my idol,
because
my
we didn't want to
second
derail
father.
the episode. It's about America, not the boss, Tyler.
And also, in our 83 years of podcasting, I have
Really?
started a July 4th episode with Bruce Springsteen.
You've been born in the USA before?
Previous.
Well, I've still never been on. It makes it doubly hurtful.
OGs who have listened for years and years and years know that I just double dipped. I did just double dip. But
Bruce fans
for the
who are
new
out there,
years, yeah.
find me.
Anyway. All right. Well, Pete Holmes is a comedian, actor, podcaster, and the author of the new book, Comedy, Sex, God, in which he opens up about his upbringing in the church and his own faith journey. We recently spoke with Pete about the book and why Christians should be more open to difficult conversations about faith. Jesse, you talked to him, right?
Yeah. So Pete's become, a good friend of Relevant. And, I know, Cameron, you just had him on unedited. And I feel like his faith journey is so interesting. And just for a little background for people who didn't watch Crashing or know the story, he kind of grew up in a pretty traditional evangelical church environment, but has, after went
to a Christian college, briefly wanted to become a youth pastor. His mom wanted to become a youth pastor, but he went to a Christian college, dropped out.
Yeah. And then after he got married young, as a lot of young evangelicals do, and his wife ended up leaving him, which caused him to kind of go to this crisis of faith. And he's kind of been on this journey ever since. So that context is kind of important if you don't know his career. But this book really kind of outlines his story. And so I wanted to start the conversation by talking about the title, because it is kind of a cheeky, provocative title, Comedy Sex God. But those, once he kind of started doing the faith exploration things, he started his podcast, You Made It Weird, and he kind of discovered that those were the topics that he kept circling back to, and that's why he kind of wanted to position the book like that. Here's what he had to say about that.
I think when people are setting up a podcast, it's good to not necessarily have too strict parameters on what the podcast is going to be, because over time, what the podcast sort of wants to be will reveal itself. And in my case, comedy, sex, and God, somewhere around the 100, I don't know, maybe 50 or so, 100 episodes in, I realized those were the three topics that clearly, if you let me talk to anybody, I want to talk to them about comedy, which is just another way of saying creativity or art. sex, which is another way of talking about love or relationships, and then God, which is just another way of saying the phenomenon that anything should exist at all. So talking about those three things are my favorite things to talk about. And then when we came time to name the book, I originally was going to do 3 books, one called Comedy, one called Sex, one called God. And then you could buy them in a set. But then I was like, I don't care as much about just talking about my career or just talking about my relationships as much as I want to talk about the third one, which is sort of, as I call it, the conundrum that we're all sort of sharing, which is that we're part of existence. Like the fact that anything exists is so strange. We're all in our different ways trying to make sense of that. And I wanted an excuse and a way to talk about that. Because for me, talking about it is one of the ways that I interact with it. One of the ways that I participate with the mystery is by writing about it. So I wanted to kind of let people in on that, I suppose.
And Tyler, I know that's a real bummer for you because Cameron, I don't know if Tyler sent you early versions of his memoir, but it was also called Comedy, Sex, God. So it was a double-edged sword for Huckabee.
Yeah, he beat me to the punch.
I'm remembering a provocative cover of Relevant from like the mid-aughts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our 100th issue is releasing this week, so we've been going back, and we had Kings of Leon on the cover. And, you know, they grew up Pentecostal band for their evangelist father, right? Deep in it. And their huge breakout song that year was Your Sex is on Fire.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so our cover line was Sex, God, and Rock and Roll.
Right. That's very good.
And it did not go over well in the Christian
Lifeway never asked us back.
Well,
we were banned from Lifeway. It didn't go over in the more progressive Christian bookstores.
I think that's really interesting that Pete brought that up because I feel like his show which ended its final season last year, kind of ended out earlier this year. Went the same trajectory of starting out being about his life in comedy, like very loosely a memoir, or sometimes not that loosely a memoir, but it drifted away from being about his time in stand-up and more towards his experience with religion.
And what's interesting about the title and the concept of the book and really his kind of story is that he started to kind of sort of conflate those three things: relationships, art, and ideas about God. And, you know, a lot of the people that are in his circles, don't really claim to, a lot of them aren't religious. A lot of them are atheists. But he found that finding a touch point like art or relationships was a great way to, lead to deeper conversations about faith in God, even if people themselves don't have faith. And here's basically how Pete kind of framed it.
I think most people can relate, or maybe it's one of the ways they can possibly relate to God or creation. I guess another way to say that is creation, by creating things. Most of the people that do my podcast are atheists. And then one of the ways that I can usually bond with people that don't have a structure for their beliefs that involves a God, one of the ways that I can connect with them with sort of what I'm talking about is by talking about creativity. So when people are painting or doing photography or writing or filmmaking or anything like that, there's often a sense of losing yourself and being sort of like a mouthpiece for the idea, and you sort of get out of the way of yourself. And that is one of the ways that I experience the mystery that I like to call God. And that is one of the ways that I think a lot of people can relate to. Whether or not they'd call that a spiritual experience, I think they would say that it's an otherworldly experience, like a strange feeling. To feel like the radio and you're just sort of picking up on the song. And that's what the idea is. A lot of creative people have had that idea.
Yeah, I think that's why he's kind of developed this reputation. Like if you watch Crashing, it'll be like Artie Lang or Dove or some of these other, John Mulaney, some of these other comedians feel comfortable engaging with him, even if they know the conversation is going to turn to faith, because I feel like Pete finds a way to make it relatable to people that don't necessarily believe like him. And part of what he said he wanted this, book to do is to really let people know that they're not alone in having questions, and that having conversations a lot of times is the gateway to becoming more open to discussions about God. Here's how Pete put that into context.
As soon as you talk about how sort of lonely and wonderful and horrible and beautiful the life is, you can sort of rope in a lot of people into that circle and be like, let's talk about it. Now that we're here, let's talk about it. That's the feeling of the book. I'm tired of not talking about it. And it turns out that a lot of people are tired of not talking about it. Because, I mean, we've sort of rightfully, we've thrown out religion. Maybe not in all cases, but certainly in a lot that I know, people have turned their back on the church because the church wasn't helping them connect to the mystery. And that's a fine reason to leave an institution. But what happens then is we're sort of lacking what I would argue is one of like the cornerstones, the fundamental building blocks of the human experience. It's having some way to grapple with the big question. And I don't even mean intellectually. I almost mean from like the heart place, from the experiential place. We don't have to be like deep philosophers to want to get into some method to participate in thisness. And when we turn our backs on religions that broke our hearts by being anti-gay or anti-this or anti-that, or they think these people are going to hell and all that stuff, it makes sense to leave. But what I wanted to offer with the book were some of the things that I found to replace the things that I left.
Cameron, one thing, Pete Holmes was on Unedited. I think it was a 2-part episode. And
it was we talked for 3.5 hours and we cut it down to 2 episodes.
Well, that's what I wanted to ask you about, because you've been able to spend the most time with him out of all of us. But it seemed like this kind of conversation really flows naturally out of him, and it's very earnest. There's not a lot of cynicism, at least from what I could detect. Unlike a lot of people who've kind of come out of the deconstruction phase. Is that what you found with these kind of conversations that he's leading?
Well, first of all, got to set the context. We were sitting in front of his home sauna.
Okay.
That's where we were having a conversation.
But the point is, he's got a home sauna, so he's doing just fine.
and so we were back there talking, and so we were very relaxed. We were both eyeing the sauna. Maybe we need to shift into the sauna. Maybe not. Okay, so we didn't. But we were talking. Yeah, no. I'd say my take on Pete is he's fully. I don't want to put words in his mouth, but he's fully out of the camp.
Yeah.
Right. The deconstruction took him somewhere else. He's reconstructing something. He doesn't know what it is yet. And what's interesting about Pete is over the course of a long conversation, he will put on several hats for you. Like wherever you're at, he'll connect with you there. Right. So he knows that I haven't deconstructed or left. So we were able to talk about my lane quite a bit.
Yeah.
He went beyond it. He said, here's some of my experiences. Here's some of my thoughts. But he came back to affirming kind of where I'm at in my journey, which I thought was interesting. And that's why I think he can connect with so many people about faith, because he can kind of go, I've been there. I get where you're at. And he's not going to try and tell you you're wrong, because I don't think he's reconstructed and determined with, a finite clarity where he's at. And so he might end up where you are, and so he wants to engage. He wants to pull out of you why you are where you are, more than he's trying to evangelize you about where he is, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah. And for sure. And the other great thing is there's not an ounce of hostility. Like there may be some intellectual combativeness here and there, but not in a hostile way. It's in an earnest way.
No. I wouldn't say any combativeness. I would say even, the difference between him and a lot of people who have left faith completely is that he's still looking. He's looking for that thing, and he genuinely, deeply wants to find the thing to hang his hat on. And so again, if he's left where you're at, he may come back. He's looking, he's open. And so because he's at a different place, I don't think he's going to say I'm right and you're wrong, which a lot of intellectuals or a lot of people who are more progressive would look down their nose at
Yeah.
people who aren't as enlightened as them. And Pete doesn't come off like that at all.
And that actually ties really into this last clip where basically, I think the ultimate message he wants to say is like, it's not always about coming out on the side of right and wrong, but do you believe your faith is strong enough to handle questions and to have difficult conversations? And he thinks that quote unquote risk is worth it. And that's, what he would tell a reader that is a lot like his young self in the book, who is kind of a more traditional, evangelical Christian that doesn't have a lot of doubts. Here's what he said.
So even though maybe my young self might look at somebody like me as like some rebellious, deviant or a heretic, but I'm like, yes, I understand because I'm 15 steps removed from you. Just focus on the first step. Follow your intuition, follow your heart, listen to that voice that says like, maybe there's more to this game than just the identity of belonging to a church and belonging to my parents' church and belonging to my city's church and my country's church. Maybe there's something so much more cosmically mysterious and infinite going on here that is way bigger than just what you were told on Sunday mornings. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but instead of seeing that as the final destination, look at your life as an unfolding of these ideas, as an evolution of these ideas, as a play or a dance of these ideas. It doesn't have to be just written down and kept in a lockbox and protected with lock and key and you guard it every night. That's not what your faith is. Your faith is so much more like a river or a tree. It's alive and you're free to prune it and water it and see to it as you see fit, because your intuition and your instincts are valid.
I like the terms he's using in terms of like talking about a deconstruction process that is more of a growing than a tearing down. I understand why a lot of people might take issue with where that has led him in some of the current ways he espouses his philosophy and theology. But I think that's also in many ways a really healthy way to look at your faith journey. It lends itself to a very productive, very growing faith. And we don't know where Pete's going to end up at the end of it any more than he does. And it seems like he's very open about that.
Yeah, I agree. The scary thing that, again, we just did our 100th issue, which we'll talk about more on Friday's show. But, remembering back over the last 15 years, there was a big movement, the emergent movement.
Yeah,
in the late aughts, mid-aughts. And it was this like significant kind of Christian movement of like deconstruction. I mean, that would be really what we're talking about. And the scary thing, or the thing that I was concerned about as it was happening, was like it felt like they were like pulling on the yarn, and the faith construct was unraveling. And at the end of it, they were left with nothing. It was like they were pulling it apart, and it was deconstructing, and it was like almost hopeless at the end. What Pete's talking about is growth, pruning, watering, evolving, changing, but it's not a leaving or a deconstructing of. And I think that's an important nuance, that it's a positive posture versus a negative posture.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's why I think a lot of people, even if you don't come out on the same side of a lot of the beliefs as Pete, the book Comedy Sex God, it's definitely worth checking out because it's a very earnest approach to a really authentic spiritual journey that I think it's exciting to see people being invited in on without any conditions or agenda. So it's called Comedy Sex God. It's out now.
Also, highly, for the 9 Christian bookstores that are left in the U.S., definitely banned this book.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
you won't find it there. You will, but you may be able to find my personal memoir, Comedy Sex God, which I have gone into a few select stores and left a few copies behind. It is right behind Gary Chapman's 5 Love Languages.
It is self-published and it costs.
He did it on a
free.
Xerox machine.
It's free.
Yeah.
They won't. It's paper. It's in a 3-ring binder.
All right. Well, that was Pete Holmes. Make sure to check out, if you dare, his new book, Comedy Sex God. It's available now. All right. Stay tuned. Up next, it's indie rock band or Firework.
America, America, make God thy gold refined, till all success be
Today's episode is brought to you by Not Forsaken, Finding Freedom as Sons and Daughters of a Perfect Father by best-selling author and pastor Louis Giglio. In Not Forsaken, Louis points us to a God who is not absent or ambivalent, but is available and affectionate, ready to shower us with his approval and love. When we take hold of this truth, we are not defined by our pasts, but by the love of a perfect Father. Christine Kane said, Not Forsaken is both timely and timeless. It will help heal the wounds and fill the deepest longings of a generation. Pick up a copy of Not Forsaken at your local bookstore or at notforsakenbook.com.
But now wait a minute. I'm talking about America, sweet America. You know, God done shed his grace on thee.
You're listening to Ray Charles. The song is America the Beautiful. Man, if you're outside the U.S. right now, this is a very annoying episode musically.
I don't know if anyone would find it annoying. Probably inspiring. Very inspiring, no matter where you are in this earth.
Okay, it is time for our annual tradition, indie rock band or firework. Okay, if you're a new listener, here is the gist of the game. Jesse has done research and he has found a list of things, and the contestants will determine whether the thing is an actual name of an indie rock band or album or the name of a real life firework. And this year, because it is Annie F. Downs' birthday week, she will be a contestant on Indie Rock Band or Firework. And joining her is listener Jeff Burkholtz. Welcome, Jeff.
Hey, guys. How's it going?
And it is the day we're recording. I have a note here. It's your birthday.
It is. Yes, sir. I just turned 26.
Yes. Happy birthday, Jeff.
Thank you very much.
Jeff, I missed that. How old did you turn?
26.
You turned 26 years old?
Yes, sir.
Man, okay, this is Eddie. It's nice to meet you. How's 26
Nice
going
to meet
for
you.
you? Thanks, man.
It's going well so far. I've got, I got my daily coffee and finished a run up here in the neighborhood, so it's going good so far.
Wow. Where are you calling us from?
I am from Memphis, Tennessee, born and raised.
There you go.
Yes.
What do you do? What do you do there in Memphis, Tennessee?
So I'm a bar manager at a restaurant called the Gray Canary here in downtown Memphis.
Is it good?
Whoa.
Is it a good bar?
What's the best meal at the Gray Canary? Please tell me it's actual Gray Canary.
It's not.
Sweet, delicious Gray Canary meat.
There's a dish called it's a sweet potato, kind of like a riff, and it's the best. People come back. We've had it on our separate menus in our restaurant group for close to 10 years now.
Man, cool job, man. That's so interesting. Do you have to work on your birthday?
I do not. We're closed on Mondays, thank the Lord. So I don't have to go into that.
Of course, it's not the Lord that keeps it closed on Sunday, but I understand what you're saying.
You're right.
I have a question. Maybe you can settle something for us, Jeff. What are your feelings on warm pocket candy? You know, the hard kind people keep in their pockets, and when it's handed to you, it's body temperature. Do you like that? Do you eat it?
100%. I think it actually makes for a better hard candy.
Oh,
great.
Would you be interested in investing in a device that preheats the candy to the temperature of your grandmother's body? Would that be an investment that you'd be interested in?
It's worth noting that chances are good that your grandparents aren't alive. It can still track what their temperature used to be and keep it. So it's actually a nice memorial.
Sure.
That is exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say most of my grandparents have passed so far, so that would not be a great. I guess it'd be a chilled candy. Which
Jeff, wow. Jeff, nice chilled.
There you go, Jeff. Right in. Good. Right in.
One of Annie's favorite topics is when we just talk really disrespectfully about people that have died and
dead elderly people.
Dead elderly people.
That's what I came here for. I'm ready.
All right, Jesse, take it away for the 2019 edition of Indie Rock Band or Firework.
All right, Jeff, are you ready for this, man? You're going to be facing off with Annie, who I feel like, Annie's been involved in a couple of these games. So
now we have to be clear that Eddie has been so dominant over the last 5 years of this game that we are making him step aside so we can see what Annie's got. Because if it was Eddie again, it would be completely he would get them all right.
Right.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
would be
unfair to the
going
rest
all
of the
Jeff's
world.
grandma on him.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Very true. Yeah, I've kind of played this game in my car or on the podcast here before, so I've heard it many years in a row. So
Oh,
I'm
wow.
pretty stoked for it.
Good.
Can we each have a call a friend, phone a friend, where we get to ask Eddie to help us each on one?
Yes.
Okay.
Eddie, they can ask you one time for help. Cameron, I'm assuming you're going to keep score for us.
I got the score. Yeah.
Okay. All right, Jeff, you're going to go first. All right, ready? Remember, this is the name of an indie rock band or the name of Firework that you can actually buy on Phantom Fireworks' website. Okay, the first one.
All right, I'm ready.
King Grizzard and the Lizard Wizard. King Grizzard and the Lizard Wizard. Is that a Firework or an indie rock band? Good luck, Jeff.
I'm pretty positive that's a rock band. That's an indie rock band.
You are correct. Jeff is on the board, Annie.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, wow.
That's a ringtone from
Whoa,
1985 or when they put it in the boat. Okay.
It's an old-timey steam engine.
Yeah. Train coming down the tracks. In case you don't hear the bell, we're going to be blasting some fireworks and shooting a flaming arrow. Okay. All right. Annie.
On the chat, bitch.
Mulberry Street Mayhem. Mulberry
Firework.
Street Mayhem.
Oh,
you are
that-
correct.
wow.
Tie game here.
wow.
All right, Jeff.
I
Don't
mean,
get
without
too...
hesitation.
Yeah, don't get
I know.
intimidated, Jeff, but I didn't even think. I just knew.
Okay. All right,
I
Jeff.
think that's the best way to do this is just not to think, say it, and go.
Yeah, you have to
That's
like
right, buddy.
blank your mind out and just blurt.
And that's
Blank
really
and
where
blurt.
my successes
Blank and blurt.
come from. Just don't think. Just exist and say words without thinking.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff. Let's see if your cocky plans help you. Shark Attack Planes. Shark Attack Planes.
Oh
That's
man, that's a firework.
Jeff is on fire. Jeff cannot be stopped, Annie.
Jeff, I'm looking up the Great Canary right now. Really beautiful place, man. That like round bar that you work at, so cool.
Thank
And
you very
delicious
much. Yeah,
canaries.
I actually
You-
absolutely love it there.
It's really neat. All right, continue on.
Is it like a place where you, when you pick lobster swimming around in the tank, you're like, oh, in the cage, I want that canary right there. He seems happy and delicious. Okay,
No,
all right, Annie.
I've pitched that to management many times is that we should have a Great Canary as a mascot. They are not going for it. So.
Yeah, when I go to a bar, I want to walk into like a coop full of birds.
Right, just
what I
loud
want.
birds.
Just squawking. They do have oysters there, though. Looks nice. Well, I'll keep going through the menu as the game continues
Okay,
because
all right,
this is
Annie.
where I'm at.
Oysters
Any
and
indie
Memphis,
rock band?
dude. Yeek.
Indie rock band or firework? Fiery Frogs. Fiery Frogs.
I'm gonna go with Firework.
Unbelievable. We got ourselves a ball game here. That was true. That was right. It was Firework. Okay. All right, Jeff. All right, Jeff. All right, let's see how you do with this one. You're coming in really, really hot here, but how will you fare when you hear a name like Moontooth? Moontooth. Not so cocky now, are you now, Jeff? Moontooth.
No, not no. I'm gonna say firework on that one too.
Jeff, I'm sorry. That is an indie rock band.
Damn.
Annie, you have the chance to take the lead here. Okay.
Jeff, you now have to stir me up a Brinkley and Peabody, which, for those of you who don't know, is one of the signature cocktails and looks so good. Continue on.
That's so sweet that you're looking at it. I love it.
Annie, indie rock or firework, zipper cake. Zipper cake.
You know this one, Annie. You've been training
this
your whole
feels
life
like
for
a
this.
band. It feels like a band.
It is a firework,
Oh,
ladies and
no.
gentlemen.
Wow.
The
This is
game
what
is
happens.
still tied.
This is my
I
favorite
have
thing
to
about
not
this
do,
game.
The thing I have to not do is think about what
Yeah.
Jesse wants me to say.
That's you. I saw your face. You thought
No.
too much.
I know,
You like
I know,
you
Cameron,
scrunched
you're
your
right.
eyes and you were.
Of course,
Trying
zipper
to-
cake is a
I could-
firework.
I could
but
see
I thought,
you, like-
but Jesse wouldn't give me 3 fireworks in a
No, no.
row.
And if there's anything we know about Jesse, he
would
didn't
I?
like look at these and go like, all right, I'm going to give him like 4 fireworks and then an indie band. He just threw these onto a piece
Right.
of paper.
He
So
doesn't
don't
remember
think
either.
it's like there is no poker face with him. You
Right.
just have to exist.
All right, Jeff. All right, Jeff. Indie rock or firework band, JETS. It's not Jets. It's
you hear him?
JETS. It's J-E-T Jet-S. JETS. Indie rock band or firework?
JETF.
Oh, you're
man.
overthinking.
I'm probably gonna get this
You
one
know
wrong,
the
but I'm
answer.
gonna go firework.
No.
Sorry, that is a rockin' band of the indie type. Sorry. All right, Annie, are you ready to take the lead here?
Yeah, finally.
Clear your mind.
All right. You tell me, would you
Just
like to
wax the
purchase Blueberry Moonshine and light it off in the yard, or is Blueberry Moonshine a band you want to go hear Blueberry Moonshine, Indie Rock Band, or Firework?
I want to go hear them play at the local bar. Wait, Eddie says I'm wrong. No, it's too late.
You're gone. You've lost. You're off track. You should have been able to steer the train. You are off track.
It's a firework.
100%.
Oh my goodness.
The train has derailed.
All right, Cameron, what's the score? I've lost
both
count.
Jeff and Annie came out the gate and got the first two right, and both Jeff and Annie have gotten the last two wrong.
Yeah.
So it is still tied 2-2.
I've lost
How
my
many rounds do we have,
confidence,
Jesse?
I mean, I could go all day.
No. Okay, we're gonna do 2 more rounds at the regular score, and then we're gonna do a 3-point final round. So we got 3 total.
Gotcha.
And Jeff, is your name spelled Jeff or like Geoff?
Jeff.
No, not Geoff. It's Jeff.
Unfortunately, you were going to get an extra point if you had the G. But
I always think Geoffs are really cool because they're just in denial about how their name is said and spelled. Okay, Jeff. All right. The next selection is Mr. Top Hat. Mr. Top Hat, Indie Rock Band, or Firework? Mr. Top Hat.
Oh man, I'm just gonna. That's a rock band.
You are right, Jeff.
Wow.
There you go.
Annie, how confident are you right now, or how nervous are you right now?
Well, to be clear, because clarity is kindness, I'm more nervous than I want to be.
Okay.
You've gotten in my head, Jesse, not Jeff. Jeff's doing fine. You've gotten in my head. And knowing Eddie knows all the right answers just by knowing them stresses me out. Jeff can't see Eddie's face. I can always see Eddie's face. So I'm going to close my eyes and decide this one, Jesse.
All right. I'm going to give you an easy one.
Don't do that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
This is so obvious. And if you get it wrong, you will be humiliated. And honestly, all of us will be
Clarity is
embarrassed.
kindness.
You will have humiliated this podcast because Dragon's Tears should be
Dragon's
obvious.
Tears is a firework.
Look at that, Annie. You're back on the board. Firework. Dragon's Tears.
It was right there in front of us.
We're still tied 3-3. So
Jeff,
this is the final 1-point round right here.
All right, Jeff. No pressure, but I want to know your feelings on Space Monkey. Space Monkey. I'm sorry, Eddie. What were you saying?
Well, I have a bonus round if we need a tiebreaker for both of them. Okay.
All right.
Space Monkey.
Space Monkey. That's a band.
I'm sorry, that's a firework, my friend.
Oh, wow.
Doesn't make sense.
Great point.
This game is rigged. Okay.
All right.
Closing my eyes again.
So technically, this is Annie for the win right here.
No,
right?
because the next one's 3 points.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
I love that she keeps score. I have never known my score ever in one of these games.
Well, that's why she's putting so much pressure on herself. Like she's keeping track of like, oh no, I got to catch up or I got to, yeah.
All right. Well, I'll do another obvious one. Illuminati triangle. Illuminati triangle.
Firework.
You're right. It is a firework.
Yeah, it is. That was obvious.
No.
All right.
If
So
I
she's
don't
up
look at y'all, I can
4-3.
do it.
She's up 4-3. Final round. We're 3 points. So it's anyone's game still. There will be no tie.
Okay. All right. All right, Jeff. This one goes right along, theme for your restaurant. Jade Bird.
Oh man, that I'm gonna go Firework.
It's a band.
That's an indie artist.
That's a band. I still want to try to really beat him.
All right.
Okay.
Final question for
thanks.
Annie.
All right.
Yeah, you're welcome. Happy birthday, Jeff.
All right.
This is like the birthday spanking.
Jesse, did you get my tiebreaker question?
I did. Yeah, I'm going to use that. Okay. All right. Annie, you have to tell me, is this a firework, indie rock band, or a specialty cocktail that Jeff might make at his nice gray canary, Rocket 88? Rocket 88.
Well, because you threw it in there, I'm going to say my first guess is cocktail. My second guess is firework. But I'm going to go with cocktail because you threw it in there.
It's a cocktail. Yeah. It is a cocktail. Okay, let's go with one more.
It's got orange bitters in it. Who loves it? Lemon soda.
Annie, I think you came away with the win here. I think that's what that's what the score indicates. Yep. Eddie, I know we don't
undefeated.
I want to just test if we can do, Cameron, if this is okay, a lightning round where I just say a word and Eddie has to say indie rock or firework.
If it's okay.
Watch, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Spirit Adrift.
Firework.
Indie band. Black Pumas.
Oh, Firework.
Indie band. Alien Escape.
It's Firework.
Firework is correct.
Okay, so that's one.
A Parachutes Over America.
Indie band.
Firework. Text while driving if you want to meet God.
Oh, that's got to be a Firework. I pray.
That's an indie rock album. Large Happy Planet.
Large happy planet. Firework.
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Alpha Wolf.
I like hearing you say wolf. I believe it's an indie rock band.
That is a Firework.
So 3 of 7. I've still got it.
Vanishing Twin. Vanishing Twin.
Oh, that's a hard one. Now I'm overthinking it. Indie rock band.
Indie rock band. You're right. Okay. Pale Hound.
Firework.
Indie band. You're terrible at this.
I wish you'd be throwing in the drinks that Jeff makes.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Next year it's going to be
the Pembroke.
Yeah. Okay. Cosmic Carnival.
Oh, that has to be it's got to be both. I'm going to go both.
No, that is just the Firework, as far as I know. DJ Seinfeld.
Indie rock band.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, how about this? Act Surprised.
Jeff drink.
Jeff, what is it?
That Act Surprised is a band.
Yeah.
It's an indie album.
See, Jeff is in his zone.
Okay, let's do one more. And Annie, this is a sudden death. If you want all the glory, you can go for this. But if you lose, then we have to give the victory to Jeff.
To be fair, I have all the glory because I already won the game. But you can throw that in there.
And I will say this: the stakes could not be higher. The final one is called Gingerbread Man.
Band.
That's a Firework. You lose. Congratulations, Jeff. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jeff.
You got the victory.
You win in the end. You always do, Jeff. You always win.
Good work.
Thank you very much.
Cheers, Jeffy. It was nice meeting you, man.
Happy birthday, bud.
Thank you very much, guys. It was nice to meet you, and congrats to Annie, the real winner of this game.
Wow, that's
everybody's
nice
so
person.
We'll
kind.
honor that, pal.
Jeff, I love you.
Clarity is kindness.
There it is, kindness. All right, that'll do it for the 2019 edition of Indie Rock Band or Firework. Thanks for joining us, Jeff Burkholz. Happy 26th birthday today.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, man.
All right. If normally today on the Tuesday show, we would have had your feedback question of the week. So we will be doing that on Friday's edition.
Yeah.
You still have time to chime in if you haven't yet from last Tuesday's question of the week. On that note, we'll wrap things up. Well, many thanks to Pete Holmes for joining us. Remember, his new book, Comedy, Sex, God, is not available in Christian bookstores, but it's available everywhere else. Go check it out. And hey, right now, to celebrate July 4th, we have a great sale happening at relevantmagazine.com. We want you to celebrate freedom with 3 free issues of Relevant Magazine. Go check it out, relevantmagazine.com. You can subscribe right now and get 3 free issues to celebrate freedom.
This week only, and to celebrate just American, a steak from Omaha Steak Company. It's not part of the deal. Just go get yourself one. They're good for a long time.
Okay, on that note, we'll wrap it up. I'm Cameron Strang.
I'm Chandler String.
I'm Jesse Carey.
I'm Eddie Kaufholz.
And I'm Annie F. Downs.
We will see you all on Friday. Have a great 4th of July, everyone.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today.
Thank you for listening to the Relevant Podcast. If you like what you heard, be sure to leave us a review on iTunes. Check out other shows from the Relevant Podcast Network in the podcast section at relevantmagazine.com. And while you're there, browse exclusive podcast merchandise at our online store. Make sure to subscribe to Relevant Magazine. Info is available at relevantmagazine.com/subscribe.
Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining.
Hand-holding and side hogs. A slippery slope straight into hell.
Relevant Podcast Network.